Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. ओह, सनत सुजाती कहाँ से आ गया? सनत सुजाती कहाँ से आ गया? पंचदशी तो ये कहाँ गया? अपरोक्षानुभूति टेक्स्ट ही गायब हो गया. अपरोक्ष we are in 18, 16, 17. We are talking about the Atma. So we saw Atma Niyamak Shantar Deho Chantaha Deho Bahyo Niyamyakaha Tayoraikyam Prapashyanti Kimajnanamatah Param. The Atman, it is the ruler of the body and internal to the body, and the body is ruled, and this Atma is not only internal but also external, meaning it is pervading the body inside out, everywhere. There is no place, and yet Atma Jnanamaya Punyo, Atma Jnanamaya Punyo, Deho Mansamayo Shuchihi, Deho Mansamayo Shuchihi, Tayoraikyam Prapashyanti, Tayoraikyam Prapashyanti, Kimajnanamatah Param, Matah Param. Atman is all consciousness and holy. The body is all flesh and impure. Here the comparison between the Atman and the conditioning, that is the body that is being taken. Here body is all flesh and impure because thoughts are the impurity. It is not that you have pure thoughts and impure thoughts. Thoughts themselves are impure, born out of duality. And so Atma Prakashaka Swachho Dehastamasa Uchyate Tayoraikyam Prapashyanti Kimajnanamatah Param. Atma is the supreme illuminator and purity itself. That which is pure is of the nature of illumination. The body is said to be of the nature of darkness. Why? Because it is born out of tamas. We are talking about gross body, or subtle body is born out of rajas. But Atma is of the nature of light. It's the nature of awareness. It's of the nature of existence. It's of the nature of illumination. And therefore, the qualities of the Atman and the body are totally contrary to each other. What is body made up of? Muscles, tissue, blood, phlegm, fecal matter and urine. These are the 6 things that go into making the body. What is Atma made up of? illumination, awareness, existence, consciousness. There's nothing, none of the ingredients of the body which go into Atma. So understand. The points that are being made here is so that we recognize. Now don't take this as a data. If it is taken a data, then it can be shift deleted. But take it subjectively, that we are talking about Atman, and that Atman is you. This body is what you are considering yourself to be, the body that is of a totally contrary nature, different nature. It follows a different path. Atma doesn't follow a path. It just is. In Atma there is no change. In body there is only change. Atma nityo hi sadrupo.
Atma nityo hi sadrupo.
Deho nityo hyasanmayah.
Deho nityo nyasanmayah.
Tayoraikyam prapashyanti.
Tayoraikyam prapashyanti.
Kimajnanamatah param.
Kimajnanamatah param.
Atman is eternal since it is existence itself. The body is transient as it is non-existence in essence. And so another point of difference, Atma is eternal. What is eternal? That which is not born, that which does not die or goes out of existence. That is eternal. And here it is said, Atma nityo hi sadrupo deha nitya, because it is of the nature of existence. Everything in this creation is existence, is existing. But that existence to every object is borrowed from the Atma which is eternally existing. This table, this laptop, this glass, this vase, this mala, this stand, you, sofa, house, earth, everything is. From where is this existence? Is it that this existence is separate to the true existence? Or is it only we are superimposing the eternal existence on these objects? Inquire and come to the correct conclusion. See, as the child grows, the child talks to the body as a third person. Then the parents train the child. You ask that child, like that fellow, Viram, you ask him, where is the nose, Viru? He will touch your nose. He will not touch his nose. Where are the eyes? He will touch your eyes. He will not touch his eyes. But as he goes to 2.5 years, we start training him. This is the nose, this is the eye, this is the ear, this is the hand, this is the fingers, and slowly identification begins. And in this way, every person, once his brain starts clicking in, he feels that this body is existing. Nobody feels the existence, that body is changing. Nobody feels. Only when they look in the mirror they find out. Because they don't have the feeling of change. Because they are of the nature of existence and it is continuous. But when they come to this class, the satsang, or sometimes, I didn't go to any satsang, but I did inquire about it when I was young, and that is, hey, but the body is changing. Every year is changing, the time is changing. Body is also changing, hair is changing, nails are changing, everything is changing. Then you realize body does not exist permanently. Body exists only temporarily. As the Buddhists say, kshanikam. It's only temporary. And in this way, it is important when we are moving around in this world, but from existence point of view, it has got no, it cannot be, it cannot be existing permanently. and this existence is only ascribed to it for the purpose of vyavhar in this world. And therefore we say, I am, you are, they are, we all are, etc., etc. But when one examines a little bit closely to this body, we find that this body is tangible, this body is changing, this body is ephemeral, this body is gradually moving towards dissolution. Continuously. Whether you call it at in 70, 80 years, for some people it is much earlier, for some people it is even earlier. For some souls, it is even in the womb they conclude their journey. So understand that which comes and goes cannot be the permanent truth. That which comes and goes is phenomenal. That which is phenomenal, what is the definition of phenomena? That which exists in its own absence, that is mithya. So body is continuously changing, and because it is continuously changing, it is mithya. It is appearing actually without appearance, meaning it does not exist. It's only an appearance. Your eyes see the sunrise and sunset, but does the sun rise or does the sun set? No. Your eyes see the blueness of the sky. Does the sky color is blue? No. Your eyes see the rainbow. Can you hold it? Can you trap it? No. Your eyes see the mirage of mirage waters. Can you drink it? No. So perception is there, but existence is not there, isn't it? And therefore, that which appears only for a temporary moment is a product of non-existence, and that and come to this correct conclusion. And therefore, who do not see this ephemerality of the body or the temporary existence of the body, they are the fools of the highest order. Atmanastat prakashatvam Atmanastat prakashatvam Yat padarthavabhasanam Yat padarthavabhasanam Nagna क्या है एक मिनट अग्नयादि न अग्नयादि दीप्ति न अग्न्यादि दीप्तिवत् न अग्न्यादि दीप्तिवत् दीप्तिर्भवत्या सन्ध्यं ततो निशि भवत्यान्ध्यं यतो निशि. So I stopped at the wrong place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. न अग्न्यादि दीप्तिवद् दीप्तिः न अग्न्यादि दीप्तिवद् दीप्तिः भवत्यान्ध्यं ततो निशि भवत्यान्ध्यं ततो यतो निशि. So here he says that the luminosity, that is the illumination power of the Atman, consists in the manifestation of all objects. Just this is very simple to understand at a very gross level. Until and unless there is no source of light, you cannot see the differences in objects, correct? Sunlight has to be there, or a lamp has to be there, or fire has to be there, or moonlight has to be there, or starlight has to be there in order to cognize the differences in forms, isn't it? Otherwise your eyes in a ghup andhera, in an utter darkness, they are unable to see it. Even now, if I close this room with complete dark cloth, you will not be able to see anything in this room. You will only come to know when you dash against it. But what is the shape, that you can't see. So its luminosity is not like that of fire or any other such thing, for in spite of the presence of such lights, darkness prevails at night at some or the other place. So, okay, the luminosity of the fire or of the stars or of the lightning or of the fire or of the moon or of the sun or of these are the 5 sources of light: sun, moon, stars, lightning and fire. These are the 5 sources of lights. But all these 5 sources of lights, they may look as if they are continuous, but they are temporary. Even sun is temporary, because one day the creation will go out of existence and the sun will also go out of existence. Moon, it is living on borrowed light. Stars, we can see many stars were there, many stars are not there. Our science shows us. Fire, as long as the fuel is there, till then the fire is there. When the fuel is not there, there's no tongues of fire. Unlike these 5 sources of light is not Atman. Atman is different. It is different. And what is it? What is the difference? Its luminosity is not like that of fire or any other such thing. And even though it is lighted, there is, here it says that the yata nishi andhyam bhavati, for night darkness exists in other parts of the planet, and wherever there is no light, there is darkness. So even though light is plentifully available everywhere, but if there is some conditioning which is not allowing the light to penetrate, to illuminate, then there is darkness. And that we see even though the sun is there. Earth, that part which is facing the sun has the light, that part which is not facing the sun is dark, isn't it? So if the sun is falling on you, the front part will be dark, will be bright, and the back part will be dark. Therefore you have a shadow. See? So in this way, so at a relative level, the darkness is present somewhere or the other, some place or the other, and it does not allow the power of illumination of the relative lights. Somewhere the sun's light is there, somewhere it is not there. Moonlight is there, some places it's not there. But this is not the story with Atman. Atma is everywhere, whether there is outside light or not. But the light of Atman is ever present at all places. It illumines everything and is opposed to nothing. So what is the nature? It illumines everything, it opposes nothing, and it retains nothing. It doesn't, the Atmic power, light or power of illumination, it is not gained by some other source. So just like the moon gets the light from the sun, is sun bright of its own nature? I am asking. Is the sun's illumination its own nature? Or is it borrowed? इतना इधर छुप के क्यों बैठे हो? हाँ? Is it borrowed or is it original? No. Because there is a source which illuminates the sun also, and that is your eyes. You have to think differently to come to the correct conclusion. So yes, at a very physical level, sun is self-illumined. But when you go subjective, then the power, who is more powerful, the illuminator or the illumined? Illuminator is more powerful than the illumined. So sun is illuminating the whole world, therefore it is powerful. But who is illuminating the sun? Eyes. So eyes are more powerful than the sun. So it is borrowed light. Then same way again, the light, the vision is another illuminator at all the senses level. So who is more powerful than that? The mind. See? So in this way you think, just like you are just surprised that when I say I is illuminating the sun, normal thinking does not come to that conclusion, isn't it? But you have to think differently. And therefore this Atmic light is ever present and never goes through change, never waxes and wanes, it's ever the same. Even the sun, sometimes it has flares, sometimes it is less hot, sometimes it is more hot, but not with the Atmic self. This light of the Atma is through and through and is present in everybody and everything. In everything, it is present as existence. In everybody, all living beings, it is expressing as existence and consciousness. And in realized masters or happy human beings, it is existence expressing as existence, consciousness and bliss. This option is only open for human beings, the last one. So choose, you want to be miserable or you want to be happy. So this Atmic light, just like, again an example, just like the sun in the physical world is independent of day and night. Similarly, this Atmic self is also beyond illumination and darkness. Understand? So it encompasses everything. It is illuminating even the darkness, if you want to use that word. And that you are. Don't forget that part. That is your essential nature. Dehoham ityayam mudaha. Dehoya ityayam mudaha. Dhrutva tishthatyaho janaha. Dhrutva tishthatyaho janaha. Mamayamithyapi gnatva. Mamayamithyapi gnatva. Ghatad rashteva sarvada. Ghatad rashteva sarvada. How strange is that a person ignorantly rests contented with the idea that he is the body, while he knows it is something, it has something belonging to him. Therefore, when it is belonging to him means this is belonging to me, so it is separate from me. Therefore, it can be belonging to me. Similarly, the body is belonging to me. That means you are other than the body. This is the body. I know this is the body. I am not the body. Conclusion. And even as a person who sees a pot knows that it is apart from him. And we all know that. But we choose not to give value to that conclusion. We all know we are other than the waker, dreamer, sleeper. We know we are other than the body, breath, mind. We know we are other than the concepts. Whenever we talk about anything in this body, we talk about it in the second person, isn't it? This body is mine. I had such a thought. Means I is other than the thought. This emotion is taking over my mind. That means me and mine. So mind is separate to you and that emotion is taking over the mind and you are watching. That's why you could make that statement. But we don't give credence, we don't give value to that conscious principle, to that Atman, to that witness, and instead consider the body to be the self and thus suffer in life. Because with that comes survival. The moment you take the body to be the self, survival begins. Why? Fear of extinction. And from the fear of extinction comes, you collect so many things around, so many relations around to fill yourself up. And it can never conclude. It can never give you the satisfaction that you are seeking. Only satisfaction will, samadhan will come when you are one with yourself. That is the only place. Otherwise, it's not possible. So this idea that we are the body, understand this body is just made up of the 5 elements and has come into this existence because of your parents. You just came and occupied it. That's all. And now you are living as if you are the body. Nothing is yours here. Either it is of the 5 elements or it is of the parents. So, and neither you are expressing, the Atman is independent of expression of life in everybody also. From Atma's point of view, he doesn't know whether Atma is expressing his life in this body or in that body or in that body. Because from Atma's point of view, what is the vision? One without a second. So how can there be Atma and life? Cannot be. Continuing in the next verse. Brahmaivaham samashantah, Brahmaivaham samashantah, Satchidananda lakshanah, Naham deho yasadrupo, Naham deho yasadrupo, Jnanamityuchyate budhaihi, Jnanamityuchyate budhaihi. So just like at the time of death, understand another point, and that is at the time of conclusion of life, not only the body dies, meaning body dissolves or body becomes unmanifest. The life which was expressing through this body, that also vanishes. But because the life has vanished, Atma has not vanished. Atma continues. See? So, in this particular verse, therefore, if our attention is on the eternity of our Atmic self, then what is there? It says, Brahmaiva aham samashantah Satchidananda lakshanaha. Therefore, I am verily the Brahman, being equanimous and shanta. I am content and quiet and peace and tranquil by nature. By nature. It's not ugra. Atma is not ugra. Sun can be ugra. But Atma is not ugra. Existence, knowledge, and what is the nature? Satchidananda lakshanam. And these are the lakshanas of that Atma, that it is pure existence, pure knowledge, eternal knowledge. Eternal knowledge means it does not need the knowledge from somewhere else to complete itself. It is self-knowing, it is self-illuminating, it is self-aware. And that which is aware of its eternal existence, the one who is aware of his or her eternal existence is necessarily blissful. See? Speak about yourself. Think about yourself. Do you feel you are eternal? Oh, for last 15-20 minutes we have been hearing, so we suspect that we are eternal. But as the body, as the thought, as the breath, as the concepts, as the... you are not eternal. You can never be eternal. And this is what the whole world is after. Memories, 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 memories. Dissolve the memories. Not worth indulging in the memories. They are... forget them. They are dead and gone. Live in the present moment. Otherwise it will keep you in the loop of regrets and guilts. And therefore, naham deho yasadrupo. Therefore, I am not the body, and I am not the form of the body, because you can have a subtle body, causal body. So I am not even the form of the body. And why? Because this body, whether it is gross, subtle or causal, it is non-existence itself. Therefore I am not the body. And jnanam ityuchyate budaihi. This is called knowledge by the wise. The wise people abide in this knowledge. See? Where this all knowledge should be going on? Not in discussion. Now you take this knowledge and say, yeah, unnecessarily I got married, unnecessarily I have got kids, unnecessarily I am working, and sudden vairagya comes and you disrupt your life. No, not like that. This understanding is a secret journey that is going on within your bosom. This topic is not to be discussed by with someone for any reason, until unless they are not also at the same resonance. Wife is enjoying her kids and he is saying, you are not the body. Stop enjoying. Gadbad ho jayega. So you listen to this, you contemplate on this, and somewhere in the depths of your heart, keep contemplating. Then what is the truth? Remember the questions: who am I? What is this creation? Where did it come from? What is the process? What I am taking as real, is it real? Is this world real? If not, then what is reality? Then what is when this question arises in your mind or sprouts in your mind and heart, then sadhana also appears in front of you. Then the guru appears in front of you. Then the scriptures appear in front of you. You automatically get attracted towards these things. Or they come and you recognize. Suddenly you think, yeah, I think I should study this. Or you think, yeah, I think I should go to a satsang. Or you think, अरे चलो इस बार meditate करके देखते हैं. Let me close my eyes and see. So, when we talk about Atma or we talk about Brahmatmaikya Bodha, Brahmaiva Aham Asmi बोला था ना पहले. So Brahman Eva. Brahma Eva means not Brahmaji. Brahma is the infinite reality. That infinite reality at the body level or the individual level is called as Atma. And qualitatively, there is no difference between the Atma and the Brahman or Paramatma. Another word is Paramatma. There is qualitatively no difference. Just like there is no difference between the original sun and the reflected sun. The reflected sun is also round, that is also round. It is also emitting light, that is also emitting light. But that reflected sun needs a water to reflect. Similarly, that Paramatma is reflecting as Atma in this body. When our attention is on the body, we call it Atma. When our attention is only on the Atma, there is no difference between Atma and Brahman. In this way, if the wave goes to search, what is my source, what is my essence, what will it find? Will it find a wave soul? Will it find a wave soul? Or will it find the infinite waters? It will find infinite soul. It will not find a soul. It will not find even the total soul called Ishvara. It will not find that also. It will only find waters. And that is the wisdom of the wise. They also come to this conclusion. So, we were born the way we were born in this body, but now our job as a human being is to inquire into the status of this world and come to the correct conclusion that world is always changing, so I cannot hold it, I cannot catch it, I cannot possess it. Therefore, what is that which is mine? When you come to inquire into the truth, into the Atman, you recognize that you are already that. You don't have to search for it. But initial the search is required. And when the abidance happens, when the inquiry or the investigation into the truth, into the self comes about, we realize that this Atma was always there. It has never gone out of existence. It is neither born, it is neither it dies, and with that comes a fearlessness in your disposition, even in this body. Such beings are afraid of nothing. They are not stupid, but they are not afraid of anything. Thus, just like without Atma, this body cannot come into existence. Similarly, same thing at the totality level, because we live in a relative world. The word for that Atman is called as Brahman, and because of the Brahman, the world cannot come into existence. It is in Brahman that the world appears, stays, and disappears. Come to this conclusion by your self-inquiry, and therefore all this is Brahmaiva aham samash asmi, aham asmi, Brahmaiva aham asmi. Therefore, Brahman am I, verily I alone am Brahman, I alone am the infinite Satchidananda Swarup truth that there is. Nirvikaro nirakaro, nirvikaro nirakaro, niravadyoham avyayaha, niravadyoham avyayaha, naham deho yah sadrupo, naham deho yah sadrupo, jnanamityuchyate budhaihi, jnanamutyuchyate budhaihi. Nirvikaro, nirakaro. Nirvikar is I am without modifications. Nirakaro, I am without form, without akar. Niravadyo, niravadyo means free from all blemishes. There are no shortcomings in me, because shortcomings come only in the conditionings. What are the conditionings? The Panchakoshas. Atma has got no blemishes. You can have a sunspot. You can have an eye spot. You can have a spot on the negative emotion in the mind or negative thought in the mind. But in Atma, there is no blemish possible. There is no impurity possible in Atma. And because there is no blemish, there is no impurity, therefore, niravadyoham avyayaha. Therefore, I do not, this Atma that I am, it never undergoes any decay. Body goes through decay. Mind also goes, Alzheimer, dementia. So anything, any object that you look at, it will go through decay. But Atma, it never goes through decay because it is without any blemishes. Naham deho yah sadrupo, therefore I am not the body nor the form. Jnana mityuchyate budhaihi, so the wise declare. This is the Sthita, again, wise, Sthita Prajna Lakshan, Gunatita Purusha, or the great devotees, ultimate, who have merged into the Lord. This is the call that they make. This is the foundation on which uh, they are established. Niramayo nirabhaso, niramayo nirabhaso, nirvikalpo hamatataha, nirvikalpo hamatataha, naham deho yasadrupo, naham deho yasadrupo, jnanamityuchyate budhaihi. Niramaya means I am without any disease, and therefore I am not subject to any disease. Nirabhaso, I am beyond. Abhasa is cognition. I am beyond all cognition, I am beyond all comprehension. When we say yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha, means truth is that, Atma is that which cannot be comprehended, conceptualized by the mind. It is not an emotion. It cannot be gained through emotion, it cannot be gained through logic, it cannot be gained through it cannot be conceptualized. Anything that can be conceptualized can be comprehended. That which cannot be conceptualized cannot be comprehended. Then what are we studying scriptures for? It is all concepts only. Yes, scriptures are concepts, but there are many, just like many places you have seen that your mind doesn't think that way because of considering that you are the body. And I have, as we were talking about it, I took you out of that, isn't it? But how long are you staying there? That's up to you. So, scriptures present all the truth. They are not presenting the truth, they are indicating the truth. And how do they indicate the truth? Through the words like Atma, Aham Brahmasmi, Ekameva Dvitiya, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, Prajnanam Brahma, Ayam Atma Brahma. These are different. Many such statements are there. They use the word consciousness, they use the word Atma, they use the word Brahman, they use the word Paramatma, Bhagavan. Many terminologies are there talking about the same. So we have to, when we say if no words can reach the truth and the mind cannot comprehend the truth, then naturally the question will come, why should I study the scriptures? That should not be our approach. Our approach should be, scriptures are giving us guidance and indication. Just like when we have to show a small child where that star is or where the moon is, the crescent of the moon. We say, hey, look there, see that tree? Yes, Daddy, I am seeing. See that on that top two branches there is a crow sitting? Yeah. See behind the crow, where the crow beak ends, there that light is there. He says, yes, I saw it. Thank you, Daddy. And now he goes around and tells his friend, come, I'll show you the moon. Where? See that tree? And he looks at a crow, but there is no light, there is no moon. So this is our position, that wherever there is a crow, we want to see a moon. That doesn't work. That was only for that child. So this is what is happening. Wherever there is Siddhi, you think that is a Mahatma. He can be a biggest imposter because of the Siddhis. But that is what attracts us. Where there is expression of extraordinary power, which we don't have, we think, oh, what a great person, oh, what a fantastic person, oh, I think he's a Siddha Mahatma. Who are you to judge that fellow? You can't even control your children, and you want to conclude that that person is a Siddha Mahatma. Only our scriptures tell us who is a Siddha and who is not a Siddha. Having powers, having Siddhis is not equal to Siddha Mahatma. It's a miracle. You make him stop doing all his sadhanas, everything will stop. All his powers will go away. Therefore, I am beyond all comprehension, and wherever, if, this is a very important statement, and that is, if I am thinking about the Atman through thoughts, then you have not come to know the Atman. Then the conclusion will be what the Western philosophers came to: I think, therefore I am. It is a wrong conclusion in life. I am, therefore thinking happens in the mind. Correct or not? And yet, when we are on a spiritual path, when we are contemplating, because we are doing japa must conclude in para. Who am I must not conclude, oh, I am the Atma, oh, I am the witness. Who am I must conclude in silence, conscious silence. No answer should come. If answer is coming as a thought, then again problem. And you cannot stop it. Mind will come, something will come in the mind. But you have to recognize whether it comes or it doesn't come, I still am. That refinement has to come about within you. That nobody can do. No scripture can bring it in you. No Mahatma who says that, come, I'll teach, I'll give you realization. Run away from that fellow. Only you can realize yourself. Nobody else can help in that. Nirguno nishkriyo nityo nitya mukto hamachyutaha naham deho yasadrupo jnanamityuchyate budhaihi. So, Nirguno, I am without any attributes. Nishkriyo, I am without any activity. Nityo, therefore, because I am without any attributes or qualities and without any kriya, without any movement, therefore I am eternal. Who? The Atma. Where is the movement of waking, dream, deep sleep? In the mind. Where is the movement in this creation? In the creation. Is the space moving? Space doesn't move. Air moves, fire moves, water moves, earth moves, planets move, galaxies move. Space moves. Simple example. Who knows the space? I know the space. Where is the space? Is it only this space? No, there is gross space which is in this waking world. There is another space in the dream world, and there is no space or empty space or void, whatever you may call it, or conscious space in the deep sleep state also. So which space are we talking about? See? Recognize you are that unchanging principle which is independent, and it is eternal. Nitya muktaham achyutaha, and I am that eternal Nitya, Nitya Mukta, ever free, and Achyutaha, that which does not go into, that cannot be reduced, that which cannot go out of existence. Achyuta. Chuta is that which comes into existence, goes out of existence. Achyuta, that does not go out of existence. It is imperishable. That is my true nature. And therefore, naham deho yasadrupo jnanam ityuchyate budhaihi, and therefore I am not the body, etc. And this is the declaration of the wise. Budhaihi. Nirmalo nishchalo anantaha, Nirmalo nishchalo nantaha, Shuddhoham ajaro maraha, Shuddhoham ajaro maraha, Naham deho yasadrupo, Naham deho yasadrupo, Jnanamityuchyate budhaihi. Jnanamityuchyate budaihi. Nirmalo. Mala is impurity. I am free from all impurity. Nishchala. Nishchala means I am unmoving. Everything else is moving. Waking, dream, deep sleep, everything in the waking dream is continuously moving. At all the panchakoshas, they are continuously moving. Grossly, subtly, causally. But the one who is witnessing all this, he is never moving, he is ever stationary, ever the same. And therefore, anantaha, therefore I am unlimited and infinite because I am unmoving. That which is unmoving is necessarily without, ananta means without a circumference. If there is a circumference, there is a center, isn't it? But if there is no circumference, then what happens? Where is the center? Everywhere. You are that center which is everywhere because you have got no parameters. Recognize this about yourself. The more you contemplate on this, see the transformation that the mind will go through. Nothing is impossible. That potentiality will reflect what you are contemplating, what your convictions are. Because man is what his convictions are, isn't it? So if your conviction is that right now it is I am the body, so you are behaving that way. But if your conviction is that I am Parabrahma, Paramatma, then the reflection also has to express that only. Mind is the reflection of the self. And in this way, Shuddhoham, I am what you call pure, holy, and Ajaro Amaraha, and therefore I am Ajara Amara, I am undying, undecaying, and therefore I am immortal. Amaraha, I am eternal, I am immortal. So therefore you are immortal, not because I want to be immortal. Ravana wanted to be immortal. He reached almost, but everything was objectively. He did the prayer, he got the Amrit, he placed it somewhere, but that was not his own, and therefore he had to die. His body identification had not gone, therefore he had to die. But here, you don't need any blessings from anyone, but we must take blessings. You are the source of. If I tell, don't stop talking to me. You are, Atma is the source of all gods. And how are we living? Papoham, papakarmaham. Kayana vacha manasendriya buddhyatmana prakriti svabhava. Get it out of your system, but not because without preparation. No, you must be convinced, and there should be not even an iota of guilt if you do that. And that guilt will come if you are being a hypocrite. But if you really believe that you are of the nature of Atman, of the nature of purity, then the disposition is different. Then this thought also will not come. So, and therefore, naham deho yasadrupo, neither I am the body nor I am the form. This is the conclusion of the wise people. Swadehe shobhanam santam Purushakyam cha sammatam Kim murkha shunyam atmanam Dehatitam karoshi bho. Therefore here Shankaracharya is telling, oh you ignorant one, why do you assert the blissful ever existing Atman which resides in your own body and is evidently different from which is known as the Purusha, as the Purusha and is established by the scriptures as identical with Brahman, why do you deny it? Why do you not contemplate on it? Why don't you meditate on it? Why don't you accept yourself as that rather than the body? How much more compassionate can a masters be? They're giving it to us on a plate with proper inquiry, and we have come to that point. And still, if we choose to be body identified, then therefore we are the ignorant ones. He's saying, oh, you ignorant one, how long you are going to objectify? You are the subject, full stop. You are the eternal subject. So don't disregard this eternal flame of Atma. Or the only way to bring it to fore is give it attention. That's all. You don't have to do it. We will talk about sadhana later, but first bring this to your cognition. All you have to do is give attention. If I am looking at him, I am giving him attention. Then only I'll talk to him. I cannot be looking at you and talking to him, isn't it? Then I want to talk to him, I'll bring through my eyes, through my availability, I will attract his attention, or I will give him attention. Sometimes you must have seen, you are walking on the road and suddenly you feel that someone is looking at you very intensely, and you turn around. They're not even looking into you, but you feel you are being observed, isn't it? Someone is giving you attention. You are walking on the road and someone is eyeing you in a wrong way, and you can catch that person's eye. That fellow is not looking correctly. The power of attention is humongous. But choose where you put your attention. You put your attention on the world, or you put attention on the self. Which self? The way all these points that are being told. And the moment you put attention, that it was, acha, you are thinking about me. Come, here I am here. It will sprout. It will reveal. All the clouds in your mind which were not allowing you to see the self for what it is. The clarity at the intellect level, clarity only. So what was clouding your intellect from getting the clarity about the self? All the clouds will automatically disperse. That's the power of attention. That power of attention is that what Ramchandraji, when he shot that arrow through the 7 trees, that one single pointed attention, he put all his energy behind that arrow. That arrow pierced through all the trees. When your mind is attentive, sahaj, not with force, not with will, naturally. For me, I don't have to do any sadhana to shift my attention from Praveen to Prakash. It's natural, isn't it? Isn't it? And if all of you are talking, sitting here or in front of Praveen, if the wife is there, parents are there, children are there, and sometimes wife wants she's talking to him, he will reply to her as a husband. Then the parents are talking to him, he'll reply to them as a son. Then the children are talking to him, he'll talk to them as a father. It is seamless. There you don't need to do any sadhana. No, I have to drop the husband, and I have to do sadhana to be a son. Does that thought go through your mind? I have to drop the son in order to express as the father. Does that thought go through your mind? No. Why? You are convinced. Why? Because you are convinced that you are the father also, the son also, the husband also. When you are convinced that you are of the nature of Atma, then it will be sahaj. First convince yourself. And after conviction, shift your attention. Or while listening, convince and shift your attention towards the self. And when you think of, just like when you think of the Lord is even more eager to think about you and be with you. That is His nature. He wants to be with His devotees. Similarly, this Atma is ever waiting. Man, give me some attention. Without me, you cannot be, and still you are not thinking about me. See? This is blasphemy. This is ignorance. Continuing. So why do we keep asserting not only that I am the body, but we keep asserting that there is nothing called consciousness, that maybe after retirement we'll think about it. No, that should be our primary purpose in life. Everything else will fall in place. So, this doubt about Atma is or is not. See, some people, like she was telling me, in school, in Avanti school, they say Atma is the soul. That is from devotee's point of view. Yes, Lord Ishvara is the soul of every human being. So they take that language. You determine, correct what is Atma according to the Upanishads, not by Puranas. Then once you have understood the Upanishads, then you go to the Puranas. Then you say, but they also have written commentary on the Puranas. They have written it from one standpoint. We want to look at it from a standpoint which encompasses all the standpoints. Which is more smarter? The one which encompasses all the standpoints, or only one standpoint is better? See? So we have to, Vedanta puts karma yoga, dhyana yoga, raja yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, gunatita yoga, everything in the right perspective. And therefore, the topic, the reason this verse is there, because many people, like the nihilist philosophy, they believe when they go in search of the Atma, they don't find anything. So they say there is only shunya, shunya, shunya. But shunya cannot be of the nature of illumination. Very simple fact, when there are all thoughts have subsided in your mind and there is absence of all thoughts, that absence is also illumined by someone, isn't it? Someone is watching that absence, that there is absence of thoughts and now there is presence of thoughts. Even that shunya is illumined by someone. Whereas in the Buddhist philosophy, in today's way, not maybe Buddha, that ultimate is shunyavada. That shunya is the ultimate. You have to understand in correct perspective that shunya, if we take it in that perspective, not blankness and void is the ultimate reality. Shunya, if I can think about it, Shunya, why Buddha called it Shunya? Because yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. No words can reach it, so there is no point of speaking. No word. Why should I take any words? If mind cannot comprehend it, I cannot conceptualize it. So what is it? So is it or is it not? It is. But I cannot talk about it. This Jnaneshwar Maharaj in our Amrit Anubhav, he says that the truth is, if you call truth Satchidananda Swarup, You are abusing the truth. Sat is used to cancel asat. Chit is used to cancel achit. Ananda is used to cancel dukkham. But truth cannot be called Satchidananda Swarup. Huge chapter is there. And after refuting that the truth cannot be called as Satchidananda Swarup, then he goes to the next chapter, Ajnana Khandanam, that there is nothing called ignorance also. If truth is all pervasive, if truth is all that there is, how can there be darkness? How can there be ignorance? Then why are we talking about it? Because we are beginning. You come to that refinement in your focus and attention, then automatically whatever Jnaneshwar Maharaj is saying is what many other Mahatmas have said, who have realized. Is what Bhagavad Gita is also saying, is what Upanishads are also saying. But you come to that refinement first, become available. J. Krishnamurti, initially he had all the siddhis, he was doing so many practices, so many experiments on his body and mind, and many siddhis came to him. But eventually, as he was going through, he was an experiment by Madame Blavatsky or whatever her name was. He was an experiment. All the theosophical people got together, they gave all the energy, vibration, crystals, this, that, they used to do from childhood. Apart from education, all the time they are experimenting him to make him into a perfect being. But he had a mind of his own. Afterwards, he left everything. But he studied. He studied the scriptures, he never bad-mouthed them or anything. But eventually he came to a point where you don't need a guru, you don't need a scripture. Because he's saying there is no need of scripture or guru. Have you come to that point of refinement where you can make that statement? You can't even make the difference between Jivatma and Atma. And you don't want a guru or a scripture. A big problem. Osho did the same thing. He also studied all the scriptures. Not only our scriptures, but all other scriptures also. He quotes Islam, he quotes Taoism, he quotes Buddhist scriptures. He also says you don't need a teacher. But at what stage, when you reach that maturity? Till then you do. But here we are talking about the Atma. Atma is your true nature, is self-illumined. If you will become your own obstacle on your journey to yourself. You will become your own obstacle by way of thoughts, concepts, ideas, conclusions, because the habit of having a conclusion. Atma is not a conclusion, because it is not a concept, because it is not an object. It is you. Think in this manner and be fired up by the Atma that you are, rather than the body that you are. But remember, at the same time, body needs to be healthy in order to, healthy means fairly healthy, in order to pursue that journey. If you neglect the body straight away right now, then journey might fall short. But that does not mean live in fear. If you trust that if I pursue the truth, the body will be taken care of by the Lord. It will be taken care of by the Lord. I sent you some book called In Quest of God. Did we send it to you?
Yes.
To you. Put it on the Happy Time UK. You read, see how Papa Ramdas, when he He left the house without any money, nothing. And how Sri Ram took care of him. If he didn't get food, he didn't blame the world. He didn't condemn the world. He didn't fight with the Lord. He says, if I don't get the food, it's the Lord's will. If I get the food, also it's the Lord's will. It's only 40-50 pages. Read it. Very thrilling. We'll conclude here because now all. Okay, we'll just do one. We'll finish the ignorant fellow. Huh? So first ignorant was, why don't you think of the self? Why do you keep thinking of the body? I have presented you the data. Think about the self, you ignorant fool. Then swatmanam shunum murkha.
Swatmanam
Shunum murkha tvam shrutya yuktya cha purusham.
Tam Shrutya Yukta Cha Purusham.
Okay, wrong. Swatmanam shunu murkhatvam.
Swatmanam
Shunu murkhatvam shrutya yuktya cha purusham.
Shrutya
Yuktya cha purusham dehatitam sadakaram.
Dehatitam Sadakaram.
Sudurdarsham bhavadrushaihi. Durdarsham bhavadrushaihi. O you ignorant one, try to know with the help of Shruti and reasoning your own self, Purusha, which is different from the body and not a void. It is not an absence, but the very form of existence, and very difficult for persons like you to realize. Meaning, as long as you are extroverted, it is very difficult to realize. As long as you are trying to search for the self without the support of Shruti and Guru Maharaj, then it is very difficult, because it's such a fine dissection through the objectivity and the absence in order to come to the self. It's a special language which you cannot you don't have that type of language. You don't have that type of acumen until unless you are exposed to that. Everything you know that you are has been got from somewhere, isn't it? You are a boy, you are a girl, you are a man, you are a woman, you are a husband, you are a wife. You have duties, you don't have duties, you are of this religion or you are not of that religion, you are agnostic or atheist, you are a IT expert or you are a finance expert or whatever, you are a wife, a good wife, or what are the qualities of the good wife, or etc., etc., etc. All data has been got from somewhere, isn't it? So here is another set of data which is going to set you free. But we must be convinced of it. And in this way, try to know with the help of Shruti and reasoning. Apply that logic. As I keep giving you some or the other examples, same way you use those examples, think out of the box, and come to your own essential self, the Purusha, which is different from the body, the very form of existence, and very difficult for ignorance people to realize. If you choose to overlook the differences between the body and the Atman, you will never think about the Atman. You will keep taking body to be the Atma. You will keep taking pot to be the reality. You will never take the mud to be the reality. Such is the way of the fools. Murkha. So are we the murkha or are we the wise? No, we are murkha working to be the wise. But don't be proud that I don't know. Now you have heard it. There is no excuse that you can, I didn't understand this, because you did not put attention, because you did not contemplate on it. You did not apply those principles on yourself. What was difficult? Atma is self-illuminating and body requires some outside light to illuminate. What is difficult? What is difficult? To come to know that body is continuously changing and the self is never changing. What is the difficulty in that? The difficulty will be if you take yourself only to be the waker, then there is difficulty. If you take yourself to be the witness, then someone has to remind you, hey, be the witness. Like that yesterday's story, that person stepped on a rope and felt he has been bitten by a snake. Till someone else didn't come and say, he would have died. Similarly, till satsang doesn't come into our life, then we will die ignorant. And in this way, so continue to assert and identify and put attention on the self that you are. Aham shabdena vikhyata
अहं शब्देन विख्यात
eka eva sthitah paraha
एक एव स्थितः परः
स्थूलस्त्वने करता है कि कताम करता है. What is the word? करता स्थूलस्त्वने कर्ता प्राप्तः स्थूलस्त्वने कर्ता प्राप्तः कथं स्यादेह कः पुमान्. The Supreme Purusha known as I is but one, whereas the gross bodies are many. So how can this body be Purusha? So again, he is again telling that you had a child body, you had a teenage body, you had a youth body, you had a middle-aged body, you will have old body, and then we will have the hanging skeleton body as you go out of this world. And so body has been changing. You don't feel you have changed. That Atma has never changed, and therefore how can this changing body be the Purusha? Changing body can never be the Purusha. Gross, that which changes is inert. That which changes cannot be sentient. Sentient, you understand? Expressing life, the life principle, conscious principle. That which is inert is not sentient. You are the sentient. You are right now, you are inert also and sentient also. But your attention is on the inertness, on the body, which is continuously changing. It's on the breath, it is continuously changing. It's on the mind, the thoughts are continuously changing. Concepts, they are continuously changing. Waking, dream and deep sleep, they are continuously changing. But you are the one in whose presence all these changes are taking place. So be that unchanging principle. Otherwise suffer. So now from here onwards, the aham. So till now we were talking about the ignorance, the ignorant one. Why you are not putting attention on that truth, on that Purusha, the Supreme Purusha, and now that Purusha is appearing here as aham. So how you should relate to yourself, not I am the husband, I am the wife, I am this, I am that, I am rich, I am poor. No. What should be the definition of aham? That is taken here now. We'll look at it in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment.